Hey heathens. I did a video about heaven and hell, okay, which was somewhat a response to ScrapGoldBass, and I showed some clips of his video. After that, he made another video trying to understand where we were coming from, and he asked a very simple question. He laid out a different version of hell, not the biblical version of hell, but just a different version of hell, of basically you being in solitary confinement for eternity. And he did a pretty good job of painting that picture. And then said, if it were a choice between heaven and that, would you still choose that version of hell? And I was a little perturbed because a lot of people wouldn't simply answer the question. And we give theists a hard time constantly because they dodge questions. It was a straightforward question. If this were the choices, if it was the choice of heaven as you see it, kissing God's butt for eternity, or solitary confinement for eternity, which would you pick? So I'm going to link that. You guys go check out the video, listen to what he has to say, and please just answer the question. Anyway, so I responded, and I got this message back from him, and I wanted to share it with you because I think it's pretty good. Dear King Heathen, I never thought I'd say this, but I think I'm really starting to understand the atheist. About a year ago, I began to have serious trouble over the issue of God sending the unforgiven to hell forever to experience eternal conscious torment. I see this as the ultimate contradiction to say that God is love, and then say that He lets people suffer for all eternity. I experienced great angst over this, and still do often. This theological problem is very emotional for me, and it's not just philological. Since the problem has arisen within me, I have expressed this to my Christian friends, and I have a lot of them. Usually, though, they stare at me perplexed and dumbfounded. I wonder, why don't they understand this problem? And don't they see how effed up this is? Sometimes my Christian friends say things like, God is eternal, so eternal suffering is warranted, or God has to do it, or even, if Christians enjoy heaven forever, then the unforgiven must suffer forever. I read a book recently that answered this question with, eternal hell exists because God honors the individual soul. Honors the soul? All these answers are just nonsensical garbage. When I hear Christians say these things, it sounds like blah, blah, blah to me. Now, I'm not about to give up on my faith in an all-loving God, sorry, King Heathen, but I think that I understand atheists more. Perhaps they feel the same way I do about eternal hell, but about a wider range of topics. Now, about my frustration with eternal hell Christians, I used to, and still do sometimes, get pissed off at them. They just don't get the problem I struggle with. But then I remember that I also used to have the terrible doctrine of eternal hell in the back of my mind, not touching my emotions. I was just like them. In conclusion, I must tell you that I am committed to being a follower of Jesus no matter what, and I know that that may sound like blah, blah, blah to you. Just want you to know that I think I understand atheists better. What I find interesting about this letter is that much like many of us who used to be religious, he's there now, but he's having to let go of something that he used to hold on to because he sees the problem there. But unlike others that we deal with, he understands that there is a problem and is addressing it instead of hiding from it. And I just really thought that was a big thing. I asked if I could read the letter, which he said I could, provided that I add this additional little story that he wrote, and I thought it was nice as well. So here it is. I am walking down the path of faith. My destination is heaven. The atheists are walking down another path. They feel theirs is the path to happiness, while I feel that is the path to destruction. Likewise, they think my path leads to destruction. Sometimes we plead with each other, get off your path, come walk with us. Could it be that while we plead and argue with each other that we care about each other? As I walk, I see before me that a giant tree has fallen across my path of faith. The tree is covered with thorny vines. I imagine that if I try to climb over it, These thorns are going to hurt me. Will the pain from these thorns plague me for the rest of my journey? I just don't know. Some atheist onlookers see my predicament. They say, give up, come walk with us. I, having learned to appreciate their concern, reply with, no, but thank you. They don't know what a sweet voice beckons me to continue on my journey, a voice that they cannot hear. This thorny tree has a name, and its name is the doctrine of the eternal hell. I approach the tree, trying to negotiate the best way over it, and notice something. There is a carved message that reads, KH was here. I look around to see that standing not far off, it's King Heathen. We nod at each other in a moment of understanding. This is where our paths intersect. We turn back to the tree, taking in the horror of it, and both say, that tree is a bitch. I like the story. I can definitely side with him there. So you may think this is about to turn into a Halo award, but it's not. Although it was very deserving. I got another thing telling me to check out another channel that some of you may be familiar with. I have had an experience with this guy too. You might remember him, this guy.
There's a lot of fake Christians out there.
Yes, that's TheWoodsofJordan. He had an encounter with Coughlin 666, I believe, and a few other people, and in a few exchanges. The guy's been going through some transformation as of late, and dealing with some issues, and being brave enough to talk about it publicly. And I got to say, I was impressed with part of what he had to say. So why don't you have a listen to what he's talking about, and meet the new Woods of Jordan.
Hey guys, this is Jordan here with you again, and this is kind of a video where I'm going to be venting a bit about how quote-unquote Christians are treating me as of late. It's that I've had, I think, 3 Christians now, maybe 4, maybe more, but I know at least 3 for sure, 2 for sure, have come on my videos or onto my page or through private message and have declared me not a Christian. Yes. Now we have Christians that are in power that can decide whether or not you're a Christian. Isn't that cool? No. It's actually pretty damn stupid. Because Christians themselves have no right whatsoever to decide whether or not someone is a Christian. Sure, they can say, well, they didn't bear fruit, or, well, they're not, repenting, or whatever. Sure. But they have no right, and they do not know what someone's relationship is like with Christ and Jesus, with God and Jesus Christ. So all these people who come on my videos and private message and comment on my page and whatever else think they have the right to judge me and judge my status with God, and simply they do not. So I'd appreciate it if you would all take your self-righteous hypocrisy and shove it elsewhere. Yeah, maybe I have changed. Maybe I have opened up my mind and realized that I don't have to be an extremist, that I don't have to shove my religion down someone's throat, and that I don't have to act self-righteous and judgmental toward everyone else and just let everyone else do what they want to do. And if someone asks me what I believe in, sure, I'll tell them I believe in Jesus Christ. I'll tell them that I believe He is God, that He was born of a virgin, so on and so on, the gospel and everything. I'll go on full detail into it. But if someone's living their life and they're happy, why not let them live it? Why should I have to shove my beliefs down their throat and, possibly ruin a relationship or a friendship, or possibly ruin things with your family or anything like that?
When someone like that can come around from where they were to where he is now, that's deserving of a Halo award. Don't take my word for it. Think for yourself.